So, students, we were discussing the poem My Mother at 66, and the poem is written by Kamala. In first two stanzas of the poem, in the first stanza of the poem, the poet recalls her day when she was driving. When she was driving along with his mother to Cochin. So, during driving, she looked towards her mother, and but when the poet turned to look at her mother, she saw that her face ashen like that of a corpse. The poet says that she found her dozing and also her mouth was open, and she was looked very pale. So, just like a corpse. So, when the poet looked such kind of changes in her mother, a thought of pain came to her and came to poet's mind. She realized that her mother was looking as old as she was. So, in the first stanza of the poem, the poet describes her mother's age, condition, and situation. And when she was driving to the Cochin to airport, and she looked towards her mother. Her mother was dozing. Her mouth was also open, and she looked very pale, just like a corpse. So a thought came to the poet. That was a very painful thought to her, and she realized it that her mother was now old. And in the second stanza of the poem, the poet soon, immediately draws her attention to the outside. And in order to get rid of the painful thoughts which she realized, which she felt when she looked towards her mother, and when she drew her thoughts outside, she saw that there were these trees. They were running fast backwards. And not only this, she also saw children came out from their houses happily. So again, now the poet soon drove away from her mind the thought of her mother's pale and aged face. She turned, looking outside at the young trees that seemed to be running fast. She looked at the children and came out from their houses. Now after this, what happened? Standing outside, she says, for the security check. And now she reached to the airport, and there, first of all, she went through the security check, and now standing a few yards away, she looked at her mother once again. It is to be noted that the point, what she says, standing a few yards away, and I looked again at her. तो दोबारा उसने देखा अपनी मां की तरफ. तो क्या जाहिर हुआ? Just look at her from a distance. Perhaps it is a sad reflection of how indifference the modern youth have grown towards their aged people. So now in the first citizen, she was driving with her mother, along with her mother, and then when she looked towards her mother, what happened to her? That a painful thought came to her, because her mother was looking pale, she was dozing, her mouth was open, and she looked like a corpus, like a dead body. And then she drove away this painful thought, and turning outside, and where she saw the trees running fast backwards, and children came out from their houses happily. And in the third stanza, which we are going today, read that, what is that? Line 10 to 14. As a late winter's moon felt that old familiar ache, my childhood's fear, but all I said was, see you soon, Amma. All I did was smile and smile and smile. So, one means looking pale. One, looking pale. And also we can say weak. Ache means pain. So after security check, the poet was standing to some distance from her mother, and when she looked towards her mother, the mother looked very pale and weak. Pale and weak. Her face, the color of face was yellow. And her face looked like, here the poet uses a simile, her face looked like winter moon. That means it was faded, it was colorless, and then the poet felt in her body an old familiar of pain. So the poet now felt in body the pain, an old familiar pain, just like she used to feel in her childhood. क्या है कि पॉइंट जब वो सिक्योरिटी चेक के बाद थोड़ी दूर बैठती है और अपनी मां की तरफ देखती है, तो उसने अपनी मां को देखा कि उसका चेहरा जो था वो बिल्कुल जर्द हो चुका था, वो बहुत कमजोर हो चुकी थी। तो उसको लगा कि इसका सारा रंग फेड हो चुका है। तो पॉइंट को महसूस हुआ, एक पेन जैसी महसूस हुई जो कि उसकी चाइल्डहुड में महसूस हो जाती थी। when some fear overpowered her, and in her childhood when some fear overpowered her, जब उस पर डर लग जाता था, जब उसको वो पेन लग जाती थी। और उसी तरह पॉइंट को फिर वही यानी वही जैसा तायरी हो गया उस पर। एंड शी कॉल्ड अम्मा, all she did was smile, and she smiled towards her mother. And after this, smile and smile, and then see you soon, Amma. And now she ran away, or we can say she's now her mother. The only thing she said, still she spoke no words, and smile, and then she said to him, the only thing she said, see you soon, Amma. All she did was smile and smile. And these lines convey the idea that youngers do feel do their elders, but they don't communicate it properly. तो इस तरह के पॉइंट को एक तरस आ गया, यानी she got pity towards her mother. She could not express any kind of any word to her, but only she said with smile, she said goodbye. And then she also said to her that see you soon, Amma. And now the point, and it indicates that the youngers, they feel pity towards their elders, but they can't express these things. And this is the poem about my mother at 66, and written by Kamala Das. Thank you.